We're following breaking news. The Time Warner Center, that's the home of CNN's New York offices, evacuated because of a suspicious device. It is one of at least 4 suspicious devices found recently. One turned up Monday afternoon at George Soros's Westchester home, then another today at the Clintons' home in Chappaqua and at the Obama's residence in D.C. Joe Toohey is on his way to Columbus Circle now, just outside of CNN's headquarters. Joe, what can you tell us?
Hey, Allison. Yeah, that's right. We're on our way here. We're a few blocks away from CNN. I can tell you we've been in gridlock traffic on the way there with police sirens going by. You may be able to hear them in the background as we continue to get closer to Columbus Circle. What we do know is this happened shortly after 10 a.m. on CNN. It happened when anchors Poppy Harlow and Jim Sciutto were on the air reporting on those other explosive devices you were just reporting on. And we know CNN President Jeff Zucker just sent out a statement saying the building was evacuated out of an abundance of caution as a result of a suspicious package received in the mailroom, and they are working with authorities to determine the severity of it. Now, CNN's own reporters have been reporting on this, and they said the device sent to Time Warner Center was constructed with a pipe and wires. That's according to an NYPD source, and law enforcement authorities at the moment are treating the device as a real explosive. That's according to CNN's reporters who were evacuated as part of this operation. I spoke to the NYPD. They tell me special operations units are on scene, but they are not confirming anything yet, just that it is a suspicious package, and they are responding to it. But that's what we know right now. We're getting closer to the scene. You may be able to hear the sirens here, but it happened shortly after 10 a.m. Poppy Harlow, Jim Sciutto were on the air, and now the Time Warner Center is evacuated as more police units are coming by us towards the area. Allison.
All right, Joe, thanks. Yeah, we could hear those sirens in the background as you were wrapping up. And as you've heard, Hillary Clinton also appears to have been targeted. We've got Jim Smith live in Sky Fox above the Clinton residence in Chappaqua. Jim, what do you know up there?
Allison, we are over the Clinton home in Chappaqua. We can see that local police are on the scene. Now we are waiting to find out more details as to exactly where the suspicious package was found, what has been done with it, if anything has been done with it at this time. This is the house off of Old House Lane in Chappaqua. Again, local police are here on the scene. Security as well around the home. We can see that some of the streets in the area have been blocked off as well as a result of the increased activity around the home. Again, this is the Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton home in Chappaqua. We're still waiting to find out more information exactly where and when the suspicious package was found and if anything has been done with it at this time. Allison, back to you.
All right, thanks, Jim. Yeah, we're hearing the Secret Service actually intercepted that device, so it never made it to the home. Mrs. Clinton wasn't home, actually. She was campaigning for Democrats in Florida. Bill Clinton was home at the time that package, we believe, intercepted at a Westchester facility. All right, here's a look at the Obama residence in Washington, D.C. The Secret Service also intercepting a suspicious package addressed to President Obama. You're getting a look at it there. And as we said earlier, a bomb found outside the Westchester home of billionaire philanthropist George Soros. As of right now, we don't know the specific connection between all of these devices, but authorities are treating this right now as if they are all related, saying that the packages and the devices were similar in nature. The White House has released a statement saying, quote, "We condemn the attempted violent attacks recently made against President Obama, President Clinton, Secretary Clinton, and other public figures. These terrorizing acts are despicable. Anyone responsible will be held accountable to the fullest extent of the law. The United States Secret Service and other law enforcement agencies are investigating and will take all appropriate actions to protect anyone threatened by these cowards." Just to recap quickly, if you're just joining us, we are reporting on suspicious devices found today at the Time Warner Center, home of CNN, also to the Clinton home in Chappaqua, on Monday to George Soros's home in Westchester, and to the Obama's home in D.C. Joining us now on the phone, Manny Gomez. He is a former FBI agent, an expert on these types of situations. Manny, what can you tell us about what we know so far and sort of your just thoughts on what's going on here?
Well, traditionally, these types of devices are legitimate. from what we hear from government officials, they appear to be legitimate explosive devices. And of course, now what law enforcement is doing is evacuating the location, specifically Time Warner, out of an abundance of safety. And then the next step is to obviously try to get these devices to a safe place, study them, try to investigate as to where the materials came from, how they were manufactured, especially who manufactured them, whether through forensic details. Hopefully there's a fingerprint in the device or a hair sample or something of that. And then, of course, the video. We have the Ring of Steel certainly around Time Warner Cable Building and other places. Certainly the president's house would have video cameras on it, and they're going to trace as to see how those devices got there. If it's by mail, they'll go to the postal inspectors and try to ascertain how they were mailed. So the investigation will be well underway in the next few hours, but right now it's about safety, and it's about getting people to safety, getting these devices to a center where they could be contained and studied.
Manny, we're hearing that it's possible that the devices were sent in manila envelopes. For those of us who aren't familiar with, dealing with explosive devices or dealing with suspicious packages, possible that an actually dangerous explosive device could be in something as basic as a manila envelope?
Absolutely. Explosive devices, by definition, improvised explosive devices are improvised, and they could be custom made to suit the needs of the bomber. In this case, you could pack a very powerful explosive device, such as C4 plastic explosives, in a manila envelope and detonate it either by time or even remotely very easily.
All right, Manny Gomez, former FBI agent, thank you so much for joining us today. I'm sure we'll be checking back in with you later on as we learn more about what's going on. All right, just to recap for you today, a scary day here in New York. The Time Warner Center, the home of CNN's New York offices, evacuated because of a suspicious device. It's one of at least 4 found recently, the first on Monday at George Soros' home in Westchester. 2 more today, one at the Clintons' home in Chappaqua, also the Obama's home in D.C. We know very little about the nature of these devices, except that sources are saying they appear to be related and they appear to be similar in nature. Of course, we'll keep on top of this. We'll have the very latest for you on fox5ny.com. We'll be back with breaking news when necessary. If not, we will see you at 5 o'clock this afternoon.